put the fries in the bag on Ornn a couple times here, and he's going to get that job again. He's going to do it well, but it's going to be a job nonetheless that he has to tackle. Scout finds a nice little hit with that shockwave. They will end up looking at the exit as grubs are spawning. AL are going to get to stick around.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to take one or two of these, maybe even all three with the way that JDG are recalling. But it was Jun getting caught out in that top side.
There you go. Gets the red buff, a steal away from Jun, and ends up taking the fight after.
So he was already level 6 off of 22 roster that he really sort of made a bit of a name for himself on. And now he's on this AL squad where I feel like he's getting that international notoriety as well with his performance at MSI, you know, having mammoth performances on Illusion, now looking at a Sivir in a domestic setting. Yes, the stakes are much lower, but up against this JDG organization, there's something just a little bit more personal to it.
We're taking a look at the map state now because that drag charge is going to be used by Wink to make sure he can get out. The charge comes through.
The zoning quickness there from Kyle as he just ults and then doesn't use his W to walk forward. Still got needlework. They just didn't even bother trying to take that fight. Kind of resigned to the fact that they'd lost that before it even started. Now AL are sat with Soul Point ready. And in 5 minutes time, JDG aren't going to have that same luxury where they can choose to just not go in. Seems like they're just on a completely different page as Wink, you know, unfortunately hooks a wall instead of Shanks. And look at how he's able to get out of here, by the way. Shield comes through from W. Shield from Scout comes through. Locket as well buys time. But JDG just never once commit to this fight. Kyle buys all of that space. There's an equalizer down on one side, and Kyle just sort of dancing through everyone as well. Means that there's no entry for JDG, and they never really felt like it either.
And AL will take the lead off that, although a small advantage for them. Something they can absolutely build on. If they're in the advantage, well, it doesn't get easier, it feels like, for JDG until they can hit those big spikes.
He was splitting. He was going to take some gold. And it kind of left Scout out to dry almost. Look at the vision coverage on this top side for AL. Pink Ward's very deep in the jungle. And Kyle and Shank zoning them away right now. Xiaozu TPing in, but this is 5v4.
Yeah, it's a bold TP, and the Atacon's already gone. So really not going to find anything off the back of that. They're going to try to collapse into mid, maybe take down this outer turret. It is just a really blow away from him. And he is feeling himself now in this rise for anyone's legend.
And on this Sivir as well, he's got so much safety between the Flash and the Ghost and that spell shield as well, that he never really needs to be threatened by any single spell from JDG. Because they're so disorientated, because they aren't going in together, Hope's got time to cycle through his E cooldowns because he's never getting Nautilus ultied in tandem with a Xin Zhao jumping on him with an Orianna Shockwave. This combo of Xin Zhao Ori should be really easy to plug and his frontline, or frontline isn't walking with him. Kyle's getting access to this Orianna quite frequently, and it's not necessarily what we would expect.
Landra had to run away. They're going to start up the Baron again. This is a bit bold from AL. Maybe second time to charm.
Good
Weaver's
wall.
wall gonna buy time. They're gonna try to burn it. This is a little bit questionable as Chun goes in for the fight. Tarzan's already getting locked down though, but he's cycloning his way out. He makes an escape, but they already found one back as now some of those damage, some of that AoE is really ringing true. Pays finds the flash play. That was devastating, and JDG find a little bit of something. Tarzan comes back into the fight, finds another one, swinging his stick around, and Shanks throwing rocks. It's like we're in the Stone Age, but it's working for anyone's legend.
And barely AL come out on top of that. A very back and forth team fight. Flashes in and decides, I've actually had enough. I'm going to take this AD carry down. And then we see this re-engage. But back on live, they're dancing around the Baron once again, Mazel.
I mean, AL are just returning to the pot here, stirring it a little bit, if you will. Shanks has a bit of an angle. He does not have the Weaver's wall available to him. Looks like it was just used on the hunt, also popped by Hope. Engage, not going to be there just yet from JDG. They find the substitute shot, the equalizer, scouts down. They find the middleman, and now they're about to spread them apart. They find yet another pick on the Wink as well, and JDG, they're trying to retreat. They're throwing up the white flag. Please, mercy, anyone's left.
Wink throws away his life as well. We'll ignore Shanks' flash after the fact. But AL come up trump. I don't know what they do. It's a really tricky spot for them to be in.
Questions.
Many difficult questions, Mazel, and I've sat here trying to figure out an answer for you. I'm afraid it's just not possible.
The answer
JDG, they're looking for a flip.
Is to just start it up. Yep, why not?
I mean, they see Kyle coming around on
this is a commit. They're literally TPing on the wrong side of the fight, or at least the opposite side of the fight here. Here comes Shanks, AL. They're just going to try to close this one down. Wink's already going out. That's the front line shattered for anyone's Legends fight going forward into JDG, and it's looking like a party for anyone's Legend. They even throw up the panda emotes. Everybody's having a good time except for JDG.
Game number 1 for AL. A colossal fight down around the bot side. Clean ace, never really looked close. JDG, a bit of a desperation play. They weren't really going to get much better of a situation than that, and that kind of tells the story of it.
Yep, and anyone's Legend, for the first time in the split, they will find a red side win. It was their namesake, it felt like, in split number 2. They were the red side team. They were one of the only teams that felt like would choose red side.
AL composition, we were talking about the Kai'Sa and what the Kai'Sa has to offer currently. Well, not too much dive had been built, burned, and they still want this. Scouts coming in to push the wave. AL, they need to rescue this here. You can see Shanks dropping waves mid to get here in time, but he's going to be too late.
Oh, it's too late. Hope is going to be left. No, the CC. Kyle, you absolute monster. They aren't able to get pays, though, in the end. They might be able to chase, though. They do want it. Shanks can't find it.
And AL aren't going to have an opportunity to contest this Drake.
And this is how AL played game number... Oh, my...
A little bit more in that side lane and try to really use the Cassante as a tool to take out Hope.
Oh, they really wanted Shake. Shake just baited them out.
They really want
him. Coming too. They are using everything. He has flash, but he can't get out. The CC chain is too much, and Shun will get the kill again.
Yeah, Tibber's in this side lane, but no flash for Tarzan. No Scout.
The flash play from Shanks, though. It's going to be enough. Scout has no flash. He burned it when they caught him earlier.
Just jockeying the vision there.
Moments for them, but Kyle just based the pick. No, Scout! I can't watch my goat. No. Oh, it's JDG trying to make a play now, but it's a 2v3, 2v2 now. Kyle trying to put down some damage, but Tarzan is just whacking them, man. It's playing whack-a-mole at the arcade right now, and JDG are the ones popping their head out of the hole. Punished twice in a row trying to do that.
It's about that recognition, knowing that actually that's where they punish Scout, but now Tarzan the one under fire.
Still has flash, can get over the death wall there, as I like to call it, but now Flandra has shown up, still has the ultimate. They can pull the trigger here. They're going to go for it. Hope waiting to go in as well. Hope trying to find it. Void Seeker in. Double knock-up, triple knock-up as well. Now Shun on the wrong side of the fight. He has to be careful because the rest of the team from AL is going to chase him down. Dragon's going to go through. He's locked down. He can't. With flash and everything there, he goes down.
Fire those straight line skill shots. land them and take them down quite easily. Summoner spells, Mazel, for the big fight around the Herald that AL can't possibly win with all of these summoners.
This is a weird position, but Wink just goes for the play. They get the double CC, the Pop Blossom over top. Hope comes in with the Killer Instinct. You got to watch Hope. He's on Scout trying to get the fight in. All out comes in. Xiaoshu gets shanked beautifully out of the fight now, too. Now AL have to flash away from the advance of JDG.
Yeah, Shattering Strike gets dodged by Hope.
Characteristics of AL. As now we look back on the map state of things, Scout's going to get a side lane turret, so he'll be back to his shenanigans. But it's going to be a full press in mid lane and moving over with the Rift Herald. Tarzan just wants to pull the trigger. AL are bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss.
Kyle baited him. He goes in with the double, hits the triple two. Wink gonna go down to Hope now too, and Shun trying to block off against Kyle and Hope, but Hope finds the other angle on him with the Killer Instinct, but now he's in trouble. He's by himself. Big play from Shanks, double CC, and Hope is still alive. AL's kicking, and it's right into the teeth of JDG. They might not have any molars left. They're definitely not gonna even have any front ones.
A massive flash from Shanks saves that team fight. It looked for all the world like Paige was going to be able to pop off and go crazy. Not the case though. Shanks immediately flash stuns, catches Paige out, and it then gives just enough damage for Hope to be able to...
decisions, man, it brings me back to what made this team so lethal. Hope is playing with the inch of his life there, and he uses the Killer Instinct to get away from Xiaoshu's entrance where he was coming out of the fight. I mean, those little decisions mean so much, and now JDG, their heads are on a swivel. They've been spinny, and they have no hope in these fights right now. Oh, they're going to catch Scout too, maybe?
For all the criticisms that I gave AL in game number 1 and saying, yeah, we've seen this before, this time round, game 2 looks pretty good. Scout spotted out on this side lane. Tarzan Kyle swarming.
As soon as they see him, they pounce. And Hope finds another kill. He'll go to 4-1 and 5 on the Kaisa. And that'll be the outside turret also going to AL. They have organization just last split in the LPL. Now AL going to force the memo, force the pressure, get this Atacon going, but it's going to be the pull onto the bot side of the fight. I think Flandra didn't really want to do that. The Atacon just buying time at least with the ulti there for him. And he will end up getting that out with the rest of the team. So the permanent buff goes over, and all it costs is Flandra's ulti.
It's just making as well, 12 out of 12, doing really well, but JDG looking for a death brush gets spotted.
Whoa, all right, they know that Kyle can find it. A 3-man Pop Blossom into the double Tibber CC, and Hope goes to the backline. Hope finding the backside with the Killer Instinct and melts down 2 into parts. JDG being ripped from their very lives in front of our eyes.
Yeah, Xiaozu finds one on the backside. He's able to take down the support, but it does not matter. Shanks the next one on the chopping block. Xiaozu!
He does end up finding a little bit here. Doesn't have enough, though. And Shanks puts him down with the Flame Blast. And the ulti came back up. It's in time. And the Killer Instinct is not up. But the Void Seeker helps. And Paze gets chomped down by Tarzan.
And Scout got caught up there by the knockup, probably thankful that his AD carry has to give his life for this. And that's the power that this AL composition has. The re-engage, the Orn ulti wasn't available for the initial fight, but just there and then he's able to find one extra on the backside of this. I will just say, quick credit to Xiaozu for being able to look competitive in this fight, where the rest of his team kind of floundering around.
The Baron for AL.
Yeah, I mean, 2 man of Trundle Kai'Sa can do this. It's about JDG trying to make their way in if they want to.
Oh, the instant Tibbers into it. Shanks doesn't really have much. He's about to have his CC back up. Hope just goes in. Kyle goes for the double. Does end up getting Hope that kill, and now they can just front to back this one all day. Xiaosu looks nothing like that last fight, and now the ulti from Flandra. His tank duties have been served well. The pillar stops Scout from going anywhere, and that's a full total ace, and a clean one at that for anyone's legend.
They didn't even need the Baron to break open the base, Mazel. They might not need it to end this series. Anyone's legend. 5-0. Clean ace at 26 minutes.
That's almost the fastest game of the split. The shortest game was 26-12 with Ultra Prime and TT. It's a little bit off of that, about a minute, but it's a potential return to form for anyone's legend. Welcome back to the LPL, baby. 2-2 now, evened up.
And in a consecutive...